again today on this channel. And well, each time someone retires from active civil service, people say he's going to just rest and then that's the end of contribution to social development. But no, we will be looking at what the continuous contributions of the elderly to the development of society. Joining us today is a man who has towered in many spheres of broadcast media management. He was Director General, OSRC, he was Managing Director, he was General Manager at various times at the NTA Ibadan, NTA Port Harcourt and NTA Lagos. He is indeed a man who has paid his dues in the broadcast media management, and of course he keeps mentoring us in the broadcast industry. Please welcome with me Mr. Adiayeni. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much. It's nice to meet you.
I know you're here today not as former GM, former DG, but as co-chair of the consultative forum on the Committee on Aging in Ondo State.
Yes, correct.
It's good to have you join us.
Thank you. Though I was managing director, not director general.
Oh, managing director, actually. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So let's start with what's been the preoccupation in your mind as a person when it comes to the issue of the importance of the elderly in terms of offering pieces of advice to the younger generation in getting society on the platform of development.
Yeah, the point is that a lot of our people think that once you have retired, you are no longer needed. In fact, your advice may not even be taken. That is why the National Senior Citizens Center was established under the Act 17 to ensure that the elderly people still have relevance. There are intergenerational things that we can do. There are things that you can use your brain to do, your hands. You can work from home as an elderly person. You can be part of a cooperative society. You can form your business. You can still do a lot of things once your brain is active. So that is what the National Senior Citizen Center is all about. To correct the idea that the elderly is no more. Once he retires, it's nothing. And those who have retired should not think they are nothing, because they have a lot of things to contribute to this society, because their brains are still active. In fact, it is when you are 60 that, that the wisdom begins to come. The knowledge you have used in service begins to come down, and you can use them in any sector of life, whether business, whether in the office, whether in creative artists. Look at Shoyinka. He still writes his plays even at 82. So it is important that we give the elderly persons the role, and we also give them the privileges to perform these roles. If you can serve on boards, if you are over 70, you can be on an advisory board, which may not necessarily earn money. And that's why we are volunteers in this group, where we don't earn any money, but we make sure that though the poorest of the poor, the vulnerable, that's what people we are fighting for, so that they can also share in the benefit that government throws around. That's why you have palliatives and so on. Also the pension. We also talk about those things to ensure that government gives those letters due respect and regard. I mean, you don't want to be earning maybe 500,000 a month while you are established, and when you retire, it's already 50,000 now. That reduces you to. So we are appealing to government to ensure that our elderly people are taken care of properly in many respects.
No, Mr. Adiayeni, beyond the issue of setting up Senior Citizen Center, is it really worth it when you look at the act set it up, but then the acts of those in government doesn't really justify the setup of the center?
It does. It does justify, because I always said so. We talk about the youth very well, which is okay. But even those in government are above 60. So why should they not take care of their colleagues? You know, who have a lot to contribute to the governance. While you are in government, you are saying you are taking care of 30s. Your colleagues are 60 and 70. You are yourself are 70, and you are in government. You must first of all take care of the youth, no doubt. Then take care of the elderly. There are programs turned out. the NNCC is trying to start a program where those who are retired can apply to various places, and people are waiting to collect them, to bring them in, Medan and so on, where they can work. You see, it is actually when you have retired, you have more time, more energy. So now look at this properly. Use your experience, your knowledge, your wisdom to attack issues. But when you are young, you just tackle the problem. Oh, tomorrow we must do this. But in your spare time, as an elderly person, you have so much time. You wake up when you want, you sleep when you want, then you read what you want. So it is not a dead end if you are a retired person. You must wake up to your duties and ensure that you serve your neighbors in your immediate community.
That even keeps you agile.
Exactly. The church, attend churches, attend ceremonies, advise people, the young ones. There are so many things that can be done.
Okay, Mr. Ade Ayeni, what are the, maybe you should just educate us a little, what are the defining factors that characterize a person as a senior citizen? And beyond that, what are the entitlements in a standard procedure as a senior citizen? What are the entitlements you should be getting?
Well, as according to United Nations, maybe 60 plus. Here I would say 65 plus. Actually, 60 plus should be. Once you are 60, cross that threshold, you are a senior citizen. Here, you are not just, you are just entitled to your pension.
Really?
That is what we are trying to correct. That should just not be it. You should have little privileges. I want to enter into a bus, and the young boy comes and says, "Oh, your guy, no, you wait for the elder. You go to the bank. Oh, that man is an elderly person. Let him come." I've been in hospitals where I come in, and the nurse says, "Please, I'm going to attend to him because he's an elderly person." The people start complaining, say, "Look, he's an elderly person." Those things must be decreed, but you put into
if you
law.
permit me, sir,
Yes.
I like to cut into your flow.
Yes.
Is it even a question of demand or a question of societal values that should be inculcated into everyone right from the young age, so that we know that respect for the elders is not a matter of legislation, but a matter of behavioral pattern?
Yes, you're right, but there are so many cultures, so many different traditions in Nigeria. There are people who don't even respect elders in their own culture. They sit down and maybe shake your hands. In certain parts of this country, you don't put your hands or handshake.
Except the elder offers.
So it has to be legislated. It has to be put into law so that respect for the elderly is mandatory. In many places, you even have buses for elderly people, taking them to work, taking them around, create recreation centers for them. Let them spend their time usefully. Let them go into cooperative societies. Those are the things that the value that we are trying to bring down to the people. Let them work. Let them get entertained. Let them be open. Don't sleep in your house and say, "Oh, I'm retired." And so you just help. Take more air. Use your legs often. Lifestyle. Take good food.
Okay, I want us to now speak on the issue of moral decadence. There is a saying in Yoruba that Agbakin wa loja kori omo tuntun owo. We suggest that the elders, they have that profound responsibility.
You've taken us to Yoruba, so you say Toto, we know what you are going to.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that, sir.
Yeah, pardon.
So, like the elders, they have that profound responsibility of shaping the society and making the world a better place. Now, what are your center now? What are you doing to ensure that these moral decadence that is eating the fabric of our society is seriously addressed? What are you doing to that effect?
Well, seriously, I must tell you, the elderly people have been taking care of themselves first. They're struggling to live.
Okay.
Now talking about moral decadence, the man hasn't even got, he doesn't know what to take in the night. So how does he talk about moral decadence? But they can do it from their homes, in their little ways, in their communities. In where, whatever they do in such programs that we have, we can preach that. You can write. You can engage social media. Okay? You can create a platform as an elderly person to tell your people how to behave, when to behave. But the NNCC, yes, I think their own focus is the welfare of the elderly people first. When the elderly people are taken care of, well, we might be talking about moral decadence. But anywhere you go, you preach to them too. So it's not a way where they will not say, okay, it's a classroom where we're not going to talk to you about the culture. Well, you can also do that. You can come onto television and have a program for the elderly where they can share their wisdom. There's an interview or a debate or a symposium. That's another way. So like I said, literally, in a literary way, you can also preach. But again, you go to your church, you can go to your village, you can go to your immediate community and preach to people. For instance, when you don't have, transformer has a problem and people refuse to, pay money. Then they say, no, let's take the elderly person. They will respect it. Yes. Once they see the elderly person, this man is out to collect money to repair transformer, take your money. So it's a part of it. So it's a day-to-day affair, and I pray that we will sustain it.
Now, consultative forum on aging, what exactly brought about that creation?
Well, the idea was that in 2022, one professor, Shola Adu, contacted me. He was a consultant in NICC. It's not 80 plus. And I said, I want you to start this, coordinate this in Akure, in Ondo State government. I said, look, I don't have time because I'm doing something for the children. I'm in charge of the school debate program. I'm the director of programs in an outfit. But he said, no, continue, try. And that's how we started. And we were invited to Abuja. And Abuja now set up consultative committees, steering committees of consultative committees, of forum. And 8 in each state. You have a co-chair 1, you have a co-chair 2, you have 2 vice chairmen with various themes under them. So the idea is that they will now go in and preach, go into MDAs and talk to them about the organization, the presence. And then we want to domesticate, there's an act of Act 17, which is a federal government act. We want each state to domesticate it. The Commissioner for Justice is cooperating with us. The Commissioner for Women Affairs is cooperating with us. The Commissioner for Culture, the Commissioner for Health, most of them. So we are passing that paper to government to make sure that they domesticate this. It has to go to the House of Assembly. The House of Assembly will pass it. Then, when that is done, we try to do a center for the elderly people, where they can recreate, where they can watch films, where they can read and write. But a conference or a big place, that's a prototype.
Are you by this saying that the Ondo State government is cooperating with you on this matter?
Very,
How
very
cooperative
sincere.
is it?
Very cooperative. At least in the last 1 year now. We've been getting series of help and support. Critical support from them. So the idea is, if the state government gives us a land, the NNCC will build the prototype every state. And
Pardon me, in the last 1 year,
yes.
that goes to say it's the AIDA administration. If the AIDA administration is done and it's gone, I'll assure you that these cooperation will still continue. Does that not therefore speak to the fact that there's need for urgent sending of this bill that you talk about to the House of Assembly so that it becomes a law that every successive administration will be able to really respect?
Thank you. We praise the Ayedatiwa administration for coming on board to help us through especially the Commissioner for Women Affairs. The Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General is also in support of us. And we have given him our own advice on what to do, our own request. It's already on his table. And once this goes to the House of Assembly, I'm sure, like you said, it will be a continuity project. It will be sustained. So we want to tag this administration, like I said, the last 1 year. We were only 2 years old. We started 2022, 2023, 2024, but we started getting good support in the last 12 months.
What about international communities? Do you get support from them too?
Yes, but maybe the national sector.
Mm.
We are not allowed to go over there and start seeking for foreign support. It will be tidy. The template, but for now, does not allow us. But we might suggest it. If we have a forum where somebody abroad wants to come in to help, we will pass that proposal to the headquarters. Headquarters will now approve. Then we will now implement the project. We have people abroad who are also on our platform, who are contributing and seeing what is happening. I'm bringing my friends from the US and so on, who are there on the platform. And we're asking more people to come in. We have a chief patron, Dr. Odelaji Moke. He has been very supportive. He has actually sustained us in the last 2 years. Even what we're doing today is a major sponsor.
So what's the detail of what you're doing today? Let us into it. Even if you're not part of the elderly, at least you're children of the elderly.
Yeah, what you want to do is the October 5 has been designated by the federal government as the Elders Day, Older Persons Day. But it actually should be in October 1. But the federal government says no, we don't want a clash. Move it to October 5. So this year, October 5 fell on the Sunday.
Independence Day is October 1.
Yes.
Okay.
So we said, look, October 5 it's a Sunday, let's move it to Monday. That's why we're doing it today.
Okay.
And there we're going to have a guest speaker who's going to talk health. He's a physician who did a lot of gerontology studies. And then we're going to have cultural dance for them to relax. And then we're going to honor 2 people. One of them is 98 years old.
98.
The other one is 91.
Wow.
They have been on this business of pushing for the welfare of the elderly. And today is a honor that we want to bestow them, to recognize them, to bring them to the world to say, these are exemplary people that you must follow. They have a legacy. So it is during that program we will reveal the name. I don't want to unveil the name now. After the name, we will then go out to stations, radio station and TV station, to see why we're giving them their award. It's the first award by any state steering committee of the NACC. We are the first to do that. We have even they have given loans, grants to crafts people in this state. One from South, Kano Building, one from North, Weaving, and so on. You know, and a lot is coming up. So today is the high punch. First award for the elderly people. We want to gain from that. We want to appreciate their experiences. We want to appreciate their knowledge. We want to appreciate what they have done for their colleagues. They have not been selfish. They're not rich, but they are reaching out. They are organizing.
They're not rich, but they're reaching out.
Yes. The elderly people who are for what we call Elderly People's Association of Nigeria. And they are there helping people. They have them in, and these are our partners because they are present in every local government. So if we're going to the grassroots, we don't just want to be an accurate situation. And the state government has a big plan, but I am not here to reveal that. For the elders.
So in a way of call to action now,
yes.
I want you to address the youth because old age is a blessing and it comes with this natural intelligence, the wisdom of the old. You know, a way to addressing the youth now, on the need to harness the wisdom of the elders in navigating their ways in life. You may want to do that.
Well, they should read books which have been written by elderly people. You get wisdom from books, stories. You get even wisdom from television programs where elderly people talk about governance, they talk about culture, they talk about the moral decadence, moral values. So those are the ways I see that the elderly people can influence the younger ones. Again, like I say, go to your communities, go to your neighbors, that will help. Even when you're in the bank, you can correct them. As an elderly person, somebody wants to jump the queue, say, no, you don't do that. You'll be bold enough to do that. And you'll be listening to it. You do that all the time. You know? You don't have to be shy. to say, oh, I'm not that person will listen to, they will listen to you if you make your point possible.
Now let's deal with something because it will be great injustice if you're here and then we do not also swab a bit to look into your area of concentration over the very many years. Let me first wish you the best of engagements today as you hold your consultative forum. I call it a meeting, but I know it's a celebration, a ceremony of sorts. Now, broadcasting is something that's very important in societal development. I'm sure that over the years you have been dealing with managing and administering broadcast outfits. Would you say there are improvements so far?
In broadcasting generally, well, why not? There has to be. You have many more stations now. So you have more stations to tune to and watch. So everybody is competing with each other. So the standards must go. There are new equipments coming in, which makes your picture, they make your picture very, very sharp. The audio very clean. Those are the improvements that one can see.
All right,
the only drawback,
okay,
and I think we should do something about it, is the pronunciation of names. I don't know what can be done, but something should be done to ensure that our announcers, when they modern some names, I just put up the station because there are other stations that can listen to. It aches the ears when you hear such terrible pronunciations. As if they just came in and never even checked. You can check the names.
Well, and now to find out.
Those state names are mispronounced in some stations. It's a big shame.
All right, this proliferation of radio stations and television stations, are they blessings or not? That will be after this break. I know you really want to answer that, but that will be after this very short break, everyone. We'll be right back.
Dear Nigerians, today we join the world in celebrating the 2025 International Day of Older Persons. This year's theme, Older Persons Driving Local and Global Action. Our aspirations, our well-being, our rights reminds us that older persons are not just part of our past, they are leaders in our present and future. At the National Senior Citizen Center, we are committed to building inclusive systems that support the dignity, health, and independence of our elders. Let us celebrate the wisdom and the value older persons bring to our communities. To our elders across the nation, we see you, we respect you. Happy International Day of Older Persons.
Really a break here because we were still talking about issues having to do with the subject matter, and when you have your grandfather, you want to benefit more from him before he goes. Thank you so much for sitting here.
Thank you.
I'm telling you to say party or anybody.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with that.
Comfortable with that. I think I'll prefer that too. Now, we were talking about the proliferation of radio stations, broadcast stations generally, especially with the liberalization of the media since the early 90s up until now. Would you say it's a blessing or a curse?
It could be a blessing, it could be a curse. It depends on how you manage the situation.
So far so good, or so far so bad?
So far so good, but if we're not careful, some of them might just fade away. If they cannot face the rigors of competition on radio with people now go looking for adverts in the same market to pay such salaries. That's not okay. It's not good for the staff. It's giving some jobs for people, yes, But in the long run, they must have to manage properly what they have, so that they don't go fed up like the newspapers. You will find that the social media has taken over even from the television, radio. You know, everybody, even me, I watch the news, I'm already on my phone, because BBC is on my phone, NTA is on my phone, OSRC, everybody is there. So you don't have to concentrate on one station. The cable is also a problem to us. The cable station is a problem because there they show films, they show Yoruba drama, and people just sit down and watch. But if they want to listen to what government is doing or is about to do, it is your station that they must watch. They will tell you they don't watch your station, but they do. They do because at critical times they want to know. You see, again, it's not even in, well, the non-rating is important. It's not even in number, the population that watches your station. What about the quality of people watching your station? That's very important. The decision makers are watching you, and whatever you bring in there, you are bold enough to say they will take it seriously. So that's one thing. It's good for us to have many stations. The job for the boys, training is an exposure. Alternative views are there to propagate. So no dictatorship can also succeed in a place where you have a variety of news information outlets. It's very important for us. But I pray that we can sustain the system. You know, let it be small. You cannot transmit 12 hours, 13 hours. If it is 4 5 hours, stay on the 4 5 hours and do it properly. Don't say we're here, we're longer. Well, if you're a music station and you want to play music, all right, no problem. But some use diesel, some use solar, this and so on. So the energy too is also a problem for us. Energy problem.
Well, lastly from me now, as an administrator of the broadcaster media for very many years, what do you think is one key thing that every administrator in the broadcasting industry must not lose sight of?
Well, you must not lose sight of your staff. They are the key elements. A few weeks ago, I met people who have worked here, and I was shocked the way they warmed up to me. I thought I was very strict, very harsh. And they said, no, you are not strict, but you are firm, and you allowed, and you taught us a lot of things and we're able to do it. You have to flow with your staff. That's because they are the handlers of your critical equipment, their expensive equipment. When the generator goes up, somebody has to run in there. If a visitor comes in, the receptionist must be pleasant. You must train them. See, you are well dressed. You are representing your station very well. You come into a station and the place looks tattered, just go back. I won't bring my advert to that station. So your station, take care of your staff, then take care of your equipment.
Take care of your staff and take care of your equipment.
In that order.
Well, I do hope that maybe very soon, God will spare your life, God will give you some health. We'll bring you back so that we really discuss these at a very larger scale. Thank you so much for your time. BADIAN is an authority, an institution in broadcast media management, and then we've been able to tap from him even beyond what he has come here to do today. Thank you so much, sir, for coming.
It's a pleasure.
We will take a break. When we return, it will be time to look at what exactly constitutes good governance. How well is the Aida administration doing that in Ondo State? We'll be right back, everyone. Please stay with us.